Boop. Hey guys, Tony's right. So this video is about my disappointment because I missed deadlines and I'm so mad. And yeah, it's for me kind of annoying. So I've been missing a lot of deadlines lately, and because of that, I feel like I'm not having the opportunities and the success that I want to in my writing life. And we just talked about this in class. The good thing about my poetry professor is that he's like very attentive to like the psychological needs of people. Not that he's a therapist, but like parts of the course that we were in, the advanced writing course we were in, like centered on like our desires and our hopes as writers and like the psychological barriers about that. Like he's not like he's gonna like coach us through the whole thing, but like maybe like have this discussion and like put some ideas forth, and maybe like if you resonate with them, like go get some help. So for me, I really am annoyed because I keep missing things. I keep missing a lot of opportunities, and it's because I'm not organized. And I'm very big. I'm very big on like collecting a lot of like information, but not like going forward with it. And I think that's one of those things where you gotta start to like really hone in on why that's a thing. Like I'm a big procrastinator, and I feel like I get a lot of anxiety about doing stuff, and I get very overwhelmed like very easily. And so for me, I need to start having like good organization so that I just know when deadlines are happening. And one of the better ways for me to do that is to actually write things down. Like I have stuff on my phone, and usually I have them saved on my Instagram, but I don't have them saved on I don't have a Google Calendar with this stuff because I also don't check my Google Calendar, but I do check the book that I write in. I try to anyway. And so I'm gonna start doing that because I've missed like 2 or 3 things where I like one, I was midway doing the thing and I had one component left and I didn't check the deadline time, which was such a weird time. It was 1 a.m. I was just like, what? But I missed it. I was like halfway. I was like one last component, and then I went to go do it, and it was like the link was expired, and I was like, so I submitted to an alternative place, but I was so annoyed because it was like I really wanted that opportunity specifically, or at least to be considered for it, right? But since I missed the time limit, I couldn't submit it. Cool. And then just other things, like I'll go through my phone to like delete my Instagram like random posts and stuff like that, like I've saved to clear up my digital just space, and I'll see like different things that I've just missed because the algorithm is just never ending and shit like that. And I save stuff, but I don't go back to it like every day at the end of the day and like write down all the stuff. Another thing is kind of like going online. The algorithm is not, I don't know, I feel like the algorithm is not conducive to like trying to find opportunities somehow. Like I can find a lot of opportunities, but it's like the way that it is not like I guess sequential. I guess that's the word. It used to be that like you could go on somebody's page and you could just go and it would be like chronological. Versus now, it's just like the posts be all over the place. It'd be a post from October, then a post from yesterday, then a post from like 2022, then a post from 6 hours ago, then a post like it'd be so confusing to me. I'd be like, why isn't this? And it's just like I don't know if like they're doing that just so people can like stay on the app longer, but it's confusing to me because I'll miss like hella opportunities because like I'll be following people's like pages and I still won't get information. Like there's so many opportunities also that I've been like, I'll figure out that it exists like after the link, after the time has passed, and it's just like, but I follow the page. That's the crazy part. Like I'll follow the page and it's like, well, And it's just like, I don't want to have to like be on here all the damn time to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to do this all the time. I don't want to have to do this every day. Like, I want to be, I'm watching Monk. And it's just like a whole bunch of cars running into each other. But I don't want to have to like do this all the time, you know, like all the time, to just figure it out. So that's where I am. I'm kind of frustrated with myself with that. And another thing is, I didn't do what I wanted to do in terms of like my goal, my submission goal. And I don't know where I was mentally with that. I wasn't as go-gettery this semester as I normally am about that. And it's just, I don't know. I slowed down so much. I think I had also a lot of external issues going on, and mental health issues, I ain't gonna lie. And I just was focused a lot on those things. So for me, I don't know. I just need to get my shit together in terms of that. The other thing is that since our journal, not the journal that I was in the class for, but our other journal, the people are leaving. They, they were trying to recruit people, and I was like, I want to do it because I've been a poetry reader since I started the program. So like, I was like, okay, well, yeah, like I'll just take a leadership position for my final year and keep it going because that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be a part of that for 3 years. I don't want to do it for 2 and then like my last year it's just nothing. So that's kind of something else that I have to like prepare for this summer, and just stepping up to take more responsibility, which means I have to be organized. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to like go through my hair. My hair is like, it's nearing wash day, and I just need to detangle stuff. I like doing that on my spare time. But yeah, like, I need to get organized because if I'm going to take on all these opportunities, I can't be missing deadlines and shit like that because that's like really critical. And so I'm like thinking about like all these little things that need to happen. And yeah, I've never been good with like keeping dates and shit like that. Like, I'll like, if I have a really big important thing like a doctor's appointment or like a job interview or something like that, like, yeah, I've been able to like keep it. But like, just like things that I want to apply to and stuff like that, it's like so easy for it to slip through the cracks. And I needed to not slip through the cracks anymore because I want like serious opportunities. And I kind of feel like I lose my momentum when I don't consistently like approach my art and my writing, especially my like writing. My art is kind of like, I know that's going to be secondary because I'm not a full-time artist and I cannot devote every day of my life to that. It just is not bringing in the bills, like dollar bills. It's not even really paying the bills. It's, it's getting gas or food or something like that for that day, or maybe it has paid a bill or two, but it's not gonna ever really replace my income at the moment. And so, it's kind of just on the side, but I do want to get more opportunities with that too. So I have to be more consistent overall. Since it's the summertime, this is the time where people do have like more events to vend at, and so just getting my shit together overall is just where I'm at with my life. I need to get my shit together. I need to get all my stuff together. I need to kind of like psychologically reevaluate like why I procrastinate a lot of stuff. Do I really want success? Because, getting success is not just racking up a bunch of awards and wins and stuff like that in life overall. It's like being consistent and kind of moving forward towards something that you want. 9 out of 10 times, right? Like, you not giving up. And so, yeah, this season has been like a huge season of rejection for me, and so I've kind of been like very, I think I've been very down because of that, like applying to like pretty much everything this semester and getting rejected for like pretty much everything this semester has really like worn on me, like worn me down. And I kind of feel like, ugh, like what's the point, right? And that's like such a bad way to end the semester, but that's how I've been feeling. Like, what's the point? Like, I like was kirking out in the car. Like, I was just wilding out in the car because I was just like so frustrated with like a whole bunch of stuff of just applying for stuff and not getting it, and feeling like having to build everything from scratch when there's like clear institutions that like if I apply, get plugged into, it would make it like 10 times easier. And I know it's kind of like, okay, cool, like maybe I'm supposed to like get further along and then maybe do these things, but like also I kind of have to work on this. Like, if I don't get accepted into things, I kind of have this like burn bridge mentality. And that's kind of like bad, but it's kind of also like sometimes I kind of feel annoyed when, and this is like for art too, like you apply for stuff, because I've applied for like vending slots and stuff like that like multiple times for like certain things and haven't gotten them, and it's just like after a while it's kind of like, okay, I get the vibe that this is just not the space for me, and so it's kind of like having to like have that discernment versus and going for spaces where you feel like maybe you're a better fit. And then just kind of for me, I do, like I said, I have to work on this like bitterness, but like I do have the mindset of like, if I apply somewhere and I get rejected and something happens where I like come up, please don't like try to collab all of a sudden, because it's like, well, wasn't I like trying to do this with you before and you were like rejecting me? Like, you know, it kind of makes me aware of like sometimes you're in one spot and then people are like, no, and then like you blow up and then people are like, oh yeah, we gotta collab and stuff. It was like, well, where were you when I wanted to do this? Like, it's kind of like you're like, why didn't you see my worth when I was like back then? Because like I don't know what's changed between now and then, you know. I try to like get out of that, but I also just like, I understand how a lot of, I feel like jobs and stuff work. Like people want people who are like hot and popping and like can bring in like money or attention to their business or whatever. And they're actively seeking that. They're actively seeking like maybe the hot people of the moment. But in doing that, I kind of feel like sometimes people who are really talented don't get noticed. I am one of them, and I will say that. But yeah, part of it though is not being consistent and applying for stuff. So like, if you don't get out there, you're never gonna get seen. And so to make a concerted effort to get out there to be seen is kind of like what I need to work on. And part of that is working on organization so I can have a better schedule, to kind of have increased output, to increase my odds of getting seen by people, right? So that's kind of where I stand with all of this. I really want to get published over the summer. It's just personal goals. I just feel like by the time I graduate, I should have like credits under my name. I should have things that I've been a part of consistently, long term, that show that I have the capacity to do these things long term, and going forward with it like makes sense. So yeah, I like cut this piece. But yeah, like that's about it for me. I think that I have a few places that I want to apply to and a few more proposals I want to write, and I'll just go from there. But I'm just like thinking about that. So one of the main things I still got to do is go through my Instagram. Ugh, God. Go through my Instagram and go through all the old posts and stuff like that, and just make sure I'm not missing the deadlines for the ones I really want to do. Even though I've missed like hella ones I really want to do, but like any more that I really want to do, because I will be devastated if devastated if I like miss like one in particular that's coming up at the end of May. So making sure I just like have that going, have all my materials going for it. I need that to happen. And yeah, that's about it, I think. I'm just in this weird emotional space right now. Excited about finishing like this year, but also just like I think it's kind of the anxiety of my future post graduation creeping in, and it's like I need to figure out what that is. Because I like having things set in stone, because I'm someone who really needs to work on like the idea of guarantees in life, because there's not really any guarantees in life, except death and taxes. But I really need to like work on that. For me, the unknown is just like very scary in terms of career, and I think it's because I've had such a hard career trajectory. Some of it's been my own doing. A lot of it has just been like a lot of circumstances out of my control. And so I have a lot of anxiety about finances when it comes to like earning enough money to sustain my life. And that is at the forefront of like a lot of the decisions I make, and is part of the reason why I have such an emotionally fraught kind of like attitude towards things, because I know what it's like to not be working, and I know what it's like to have to kind of build a career again from scratch, and it's not fun when you have like a lot of stuff riding on the success or failure of something. Like I lived at home, and my grandmother dying was a huge, this is like taking an oddly personal thing, but my grandmother dying like made a very big financial shift, as she was the one that was making like most of the money, and having to like fill that gap with a career that like doesn't seem to be hiring people to the same capacity as other careers and industries is kind of like, like it's kind of sad to think about, and it makes me worry a lot. And so to not worry, I kind of want to have as much financial security as possible. But like I said, it's been a very insecure time, because I've been applying for so many things, jobs and whatnot, jobs and like just opportunities outside of that, and getting rejection after rejection. And it's been wearing on me emotionally, to the point where like I've been like in tears about it. But I'm better now, like catharsis. And it was like also menstruation. It was that time of the month. So that also was the thing. But yeah, like that is something I think about, and I am excited for thesis, but there is a lot of anxiety about post thesis year, post graduation, what I'm doing, because it's just like I have all these other things that I want to do also, and it's like riding on me like finishing at a certain time, doing certain stuff leading up to it, and then like going for things after that graduation. And it's just like, again, trying to like put all the stuff together is kind of exhausting, because I have to always consider the financials and where I am in that capacity to like do this stuff, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So yeah, trying to keep the faith. This just was like not my semester in terms of like submissions for like opportunities. Like I've had like obviously some successes, right? I was able to facilitate my first workshop, and from there I'll be like facilitating more, and you know, I've been able to do like cool things this semester and last semester too. It's just, you know, it was quite a few rejections piled up this semester, and I was just like, oh my god, like, ugh. It was like really, it's kind of tiring to kind of open emails and be like, oh, we had so many submissions this year and they were all great. Unfortunately, we weren't able to select you this year. And it's just like, oh my god, like, you know, because then you're like, do I even want to fucking apply to this shit next year? You know, that's another thing about me. Like, if I apply one year, I'm really enthusiastic about it. Please don't invite me to do it next year because I may not be in that energy to deal with that environment. And like I said, I've applied to certain things, like vending wise, like for my art especially, where like I've applied 2 or 3 years and every year I get rejected. So I am not going to apply to those places again because it's almost like a waste of my time. Like, it's a waste of my time, and it's obvious that like what I have as a product is not in line with what you want for your market or for whatever this is, which is fine. But like, also then I see like some of the other people and you're just like, was there not a space for me? Because like, I swear to god, like based on what I'm seeing here, there could have been. Oh my god. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah, first step is to kind of like go through my Instagram and make sure that everything that I want to do this month I write down and actually have in a book written format, because I can't do just on digital because it's too easy for me to forget, because I'm like, well, it's saved on the digital, it's saved on the cloud, and then I like just fucking forget about everything all the time. Versus if I write it down, I do actively like check the books that I write stuff in. So yeah. But yeah, this semester was trying me, I will say, in terms of all these rejections. But we gotta move forward because we're almost out of the institution and want to have opportunities lined up and stuff. So I'm gonna keep going. This is after I like finish crying and yelling and screaming and shit. But yeah, keep going. I have a lot of angst as a person. Y'all don't know that. I had a lot of angst and anger. Nobody knows this. It's so funny. It's like, it's always the calm people. Remember that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. This is like super confessional and super open and shit like that, but like, this is how I'm feeling. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.